Hello again. It's been a long, long time since I've posted one of these videos. Um, it is now November of 2025. The last time I posted a video, I had to go back and look because it's been so gosh darn long. It's been since March of 2024 when I was getting ready to get married. Um, well, no, I was getting ready to get married. Getting ready to take the bar. That was the end of my last semester of law school. I have since taken the bar. I've passed. I've got engaged, got married, and I am now living in Oklahoma. I have moved houses. Um, and through all of that mess, chaos, and things that are different, it is easy to kind of ignore physical health. And I did. I gained weight. I did. I am not back to square one, but I got back up to 380 according to the scale as of yesterday. I've been, going to the gym on and off, trying to eat semi healthy, but it hasn't always worked out. It is really easy for me to kind of just eat whatever. My diet is definitely not great. I think maybe it's a little more challenging living with somebody else who doesn't like the same things I do. And I think it was easier to restrict what I had to eat when it was just me. But I also did things that were kind of ridiculous, like, um, you know, I just would have no food at all in the refrigerator. I would just stop buying a lot of things. I didn't have any snacks in the house. Didn't have a lot of things in the house because I would eat through them very quickly because I compulsively eat. So that's something that I'm trying to work on and deal with better. But I need to get back on the wagon. So I'm counting this as starting over effectively because even though my wife loves me very much and I know that she doesn't really care what I look like and that I physically, appearance wise, haven't changed a whole lot. I can see it a little bit in my face, definitely. And I can see it on the scale and maybe a little bit with my energy levels, but otherwise, I don't think I look all that different. Maybe I'll have to go back and compare different pictures and whatnot, but it's tough. Transitioning your life is difficult, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace and acknowledge that I can't get complacent with myself. It's ultimately on me. I'm not going to blame anybody else because compulsive eating or not, that's something that I need to deal with myself. It is not on my wife. It is not anybody else. It's my decision ultimately. So, if you're watching this and you also want to change your life or whatever it is, just know that there's going to be ups and downs and it's hard. And you got to take it seriously and it doesn't really ever end. If you are a compulsive eater like me, best of luck to you. It has been difficult for me. And I think that transparency is important, especially with people you live with, people you love, about what's going on with you and how you got to where you got to, and finding new ways to help fix your own behavior. So, you know, I'm going to try and make a little bit of progress by Christmas. That's my goal, because that's the next time that I'm going to be flying. In my personal opinion, when you fly anywhere, it is very apparent how big you are, just because of the size of the seats and the fact that you usually end up sitting next to somebody else. Maybe it's the person who you're going on the trip with, or maybe it's somebody who happens to just be sitting there. I have almost every flight where I've sat next to somebody, I have felt bad for how big I am. Just because, like, my leg will be touching their leg because I literally have no other option. Other than, I guess, buying myself a first class seat, in which case maybe I'd be luckier, because those seats seem to be more for, there's more room. There is. But to save money, I usually don't do that. I usually don't. It's expensive enough to fly as it is. And sometimes you get lucky, but usually around the holidays you don't. So my hope is to lose, a couple pounds a week from now till then, which would put me about 360-ish. For a while, I thought I was hovering around 350, and I think part of what happened is that I wasn't weighing myself. I wasn't taking inventory of how I was doing, how I was feeling, how I was eating, how much exercise I was doing, things of that nature. And when you don't keep tabs on yourself, it's easy to lose yourself. If you don't keep track of where you're going and you compulsively eat, you're going to find yourself gaining weight no matter what. I think that that's something that I have to acknowledge for myself. That's just how it is. And putting my physical health as a low priority as compared to other things is not good, because I'd like to live a long time on this planet. So hopefully next time I upload one of these videos, it's a happy, good one, just like the last one I uploaded, where I was feeling really good after a workout. That's another bummer, I would say, is that when I started going to the gym back in early 2024, I mean, I'd gone to the gym before that and things like that, but I do remember feeling rushes of endorphins, and I felt really good. And that kind of went away after a while. And going to the gym became more like a chore and more like a checklist. I'm going to go and do these 5 things in order, and then I'm going to go home and shower and get on with my day. It became more like a routine than a novelty, which is fine, because that's what it is. You have to keep exercising forever. That's just how it is. So, I think that acknowledging that I do, have a poor relationship with food, and taking steps to limit that and increasing my activity has helped me in the past, and I'm going to do that. We'll see how that goes. And I hope for you, whoever you are, wherever you are, that maybe you take a moment to reflect and think, how am I holding myself back? Where am I not checked in? And what is something, even something little that I'm doing that is either depriving me of the time to make progress and improve myself, or that is just making negative energy come into your life. So I wish you the best, and Maybe I'll start posting more soon, hopefully. We'll see. But best of luck to you.